All right, this is a demo of problem number 1 on exam 3 for embedded. This is the traffic light problem where we're supposed to use timer 2 interrupts to precisely time the turning on and off of 3 LEDs, which are supposed to act as red, yellow, green LEDs as if we're, controlling a traffic light. So red's supposed to go on for 5 seconds, yellow's supposed to go on for 1 second, and then green somewhere between 5 to 10 seconds based on an ADC read. And so this is the setup on the board. Port C is being used, and the lights go red, yellow, green. So red's supposed to go on for 5 seconds, 1 second, 5 to 15 seconds. And then for the analog read, I'm using channel 0, and that's connected to RA0, and that's actually connected to the spot. So I can manually control that timing. And I'm also displaying the lower byte of the ADC result as port D. So, it gives me an idea if I should have, approximately 15 seconds or 0 seconds. So right now it's all the way off, or like all the way to 0. So green should be 5 seconds on. And once I have this all the way cranked up, this is pretty much full. Then it should be about 15 seconds on. And so I'm gonna go to 0 just so it's easier to see on the scope. So I'm using 2-channel scope, so I can only probe 2 of those lines. So the upper blue channel, that's the yellow light, and that should be on for 1 second. And then the lower one is green, and it's set at 1 second per division horizontally. And you can see that the blue pulse, so that's the yellow light, takes exactly 1 division. So that's pretty much 1 second. And then right after it turns off, green turns on. And I'll pause it, and I'll shift this a little. So you can see it's pretty much spot on 5 seconds because the ADC is reading 0. Like that's the pot, because the ADC is turned all the way to 0. If I crank this all the way up, then the green light should stay on. So okay, the yellow just went off, green light's on, and yep, we're at 5 seconds already. This is close. This is gonna 10 seconds across the whole screen. So that's 10. And it should be 5 more. So that I'm gonna take that as pretty close to 15 seconds. That I think is a good indication. So yep, and then I'll do somewhere in the middle for this next one. So something like that. It should turn off, I think. Yep, there. So okay. So yep, that's the demo of problem number 1. My code is on GitHub for you to view. That should be in the description.